All right. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's live stream. Let's dive into this thing, shall we? Let me get rid of this bad boy right here. You want to remove it? Nah. Where is it? Where is my camera here? Oh, yeah. Let's see if we appear normal. Yep. Yeah. Look, everything looks good. I can show myself at this point, right? Try something different today. Let me hold on, where's this thing at? There we go. All right, there it is. We've got it. And here we have here's today, guys. Here is today. Let's go and let's get our daily dose of the Bible, shall we? Guys, where is this thing? Is it right here? Nope. No, not the crop one. Boom, baby, let's go. All right, today's verse of the day comes from 1 Corinthians 3:16. Don't you know that you yourselves are God's temple and that God's spirit dwells in your midst? And then this one says, don't you realize that all of you together are the temple of God and that the spirit of God lives in you? 1 Corinthians 3:16. There's a lot of good stuff in 1 Corinthians. That is the verse of the day. Let's get now. What's happening here? Something's going on here. Hold on. All right, that one's good. This one is not. Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to fix this. This is gonna annoy me. You see this little you can see a piece of that other side of the website. I'm just gonna Oh gosh, I gotta sneeze. Hold on. Oh, all right. That's a great sneeze. That was a great sneeze, guys. There, done. Now we align. No, we can't center this yet. All right, that's good. That's good. Now we're here. All right. Am I good? Can you guys see me? You guys hear me? It's the most important thing. Holy crap, man. Okay, so my thing died on me. Basically, OBS just died on me. I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, here we go. I think we're good. I was just checking to see if everything was working as it should be. Yeah, this thing just shut down on me, but here we are. Let's do this thing, shall we? Well, good morning. It is September 10th. It is September 10th. Let's take a look at, let's see. This morning we had this beautiful market maker model run to the upside, like right here in it happened. It tapped into the new week opening gap back in. Where did this? Somewhere around August August, this one to be exact. Let's see. To be exact, this was August 9 through 11. And so you can see how this gap kind of was a little sensitive to price here, right? You see that on YM, not on ES, unless ES didn't. Yeah, ES did have one, but it's not there. What was ES reacting to here? I don't know. Maybe this opening gap here. Anyways, we saw that. Yeah, we saw that being sort of respected pretty well. You know, traded underneath for a second, but it was good. Uh, let's see. Let's take a look at FinViz for a minute. There's no news today. I think there was like no news this week or Monday, Tuesday. Yeah. Tomorrow we got CPI. We got core CPI, crude oil inventories, initial claims on Thursday, PPI, core PPI. So we've got some pretty exciting news on Wednesday and Thursday. Just 8:30 to be exact on Wednesday is going to be an important time, so we'll just keep an eye on that. And then we've got PPI again 8:30. So 8 in the morning, there's going to be a lot of stuff happening, right? Which is going to be great for us to sort of get more momentum to where the market really wants to go. Right now, let me take these off for a minute. Right now, we had honestly a pretty nice move to the upside. Like, yes, we had these like consolidation happening all through here, right? So we came up, consolidated for a minute. Now we're starting to move back up. This is on NQ. Honestly, let me go to MNQ because this is what I'll be trading. This is what I'll be trading today. Get rid of all my drawings here. So we know we had a weekly opening gap that was sort of supporting this area right here, right? We're coming up. We're coming up on this sort of breaker that I was actually looking for. You can see how we got this. It got respected right here, like to right and right to the middle of that consequent encroachment of that. Now we're disrespecting that. Are we going to invert this, right? Are we going to turn this into a an area of support to go a little higher? And we also have here, if we can get more displacement to the upside, we'll have a high time frame POI, right, which would be this unicorn model here. We've got a breaker block or an order block. Well, at this point, a breaker block and a fair value gap. Can we see price trade back inside of this? You know, with sort of a market maker model of its own, or just kind of come back this, and we'll see. At this point, here's what we know. And this is what's interesting, right? So on ES, we took out this high, right? ES and NQ have taken this high. I don't think YM has. Not quite yet. I think it will though. Yeah, we're so close to it. I don't think it will not take the high. So I don't think that I'll be looking for SMT for this right now. It could happen. It just needs to happen now and go lower. But let's go down to a smaller time frame. Here we go. Boom. There is sort of our right here. This whole thing would be, I mean, you could do that single candle there. So this whole thing would be our unicorn model here, Let me give you guys something different here. Unicorn model. We're gonna make this nice and unicorny with some pink and stuff. There, that's pretty unicorn, right? It's like I should save this. Unicorn. So now we know that, okay, we could see prices react. Really interesting here, right? And the reason this is a unicorn model, we have a fair value gap and we have a breaker, right? And the breaker is also happening really close to a high time frame, right? If we continue to displace higher, this would be a high time frame breaker, or sorry, a high time frame unicorn, right? Because we have this breaker here. If we can continue to displace a little bit higher, right? If we even if we take that, that would be awesome. I don't think we will. Not right now. I think well, honestly, I don't know. I just I need to shut my mouth for a second because I don't know. Let me know what you think today. Are we gonna be bullish? Are we gonna be bearish? What's your plan? What's your plan for today, guys? Let me know. We are doing this together. I honestly want to be able to trade with people. I think I've said this before. The reason for this stream is not necessarily for me to, be like, hey, this is what I'm doing. But the reason for the stream is honestly for people like me that are still wanting to understand this market. and the goal for this is, if we can have more eyes on the market than just mine, right? Let's just say you have 3 or 4 people just in here chatting it up, trading together, calling out stuff where it's like, hey, this is what I see. What do you think? Here's my bias and here's why. This is, even if we're wrong, I think that's the beauty of it. Like being wrong, but at the same time being able to have people to say, hey, this is why I don't think it's this. I really do I really do think that'll make us better traders. But anyways, let's go to the daily for a second. So here's what we have on the daily here. We have, let's actually, let's go to the monthly for a minute. What do we have here? We have, all right, I'm just looking, guys. I'm just looking, okay? I know we're far from here. We're far from here, but we're also not far from here. We got this monthly fair value gap. I need to find a different color for this because that's our unicorn. Monthly, whatever, weekly, we'll put that one. Monthly FVG. Middle line, break it down. Let's see. Tiny little fair value gap there. You know what? We'll mark it because this is important. Tiny little fair value gap. Itsy bitsy spider went down there. Never mind. Too early for that. If you guys, if you hear my we have a child crying today in the background. She is she's something else. Let's see. Do we have anything else? Those are the 2 fair value gaps that I see right now. We have, yeah, those are the 2 fair value gaps that I see right now. Let's see. This is yeah, she is loud. But you know what? She gets what she wants. That's for sure. All right. What else do we have? Let's see. We have no, nothing there. At least nothing that we're trading around or in right now. Are we gonna? Here's a question. Here's a question. Are we going to invert that? Is that an inversion right now? This is a fair value gap, right? So we had this fair value gap on that was created on this down move, right? This is a weekly fair value gap. Let's change that. Weekly, where are you? Weekly, boom. Oh, it's the same thing. Shoot. All right, whatever. Weekly FEG. Are we gonna invert this? It looks like we might be sort of trying to shelf this thing before going lower. We have a BPR here. So like we have, this is interesting. We have a very fair value gap overlapping into another fair value gap, right? We can also look at it this way, where you have basically this would be the overlap right now as it stands, right? Price is still moving, so this candle's still forming. As it stands, this could be a BPR, but right now this candle's still open. So I'm not considering this yet. Why does my stream say no data? Am I still on there? All right. I don't know. Okay, now we're good. So what am I seeing here? This BPR hasn't come out. I wouldn't say that it's been complete yet because the week's still going. We're still forming. So this could, this candle here could continue higher. But I'm taking into consideration this BPR right here. Like we have this big fair value gap. We have this fair value gap. Both of these are overlapping. This is a BPR where price has clearly traded over. And now we're trying to find some support here. Or resistance to go lower. We have, let's see, what else do we have? This could be sort of the, if we consider just the body of this I'd say this is is this so this breaker, or this took this high time. Yeah, this could be a pretty strong weekly breaker. So this would be the body of those candles. I don't know, that could be a good, if we just, this is just measuring the body of the candles, right? Like we're not, this is the middle of that. So is this a weekly breaker and a BPR to go lower? Or are we trying to trade? Are we trying to rebalance? Let's see, rebalancing this move. What is it? What would that take? That would take us down to here, which honestly, like, I think this is we also have a breaker. We have a unicorn model, which is a breaker with a fair value gap here. We could see price trading around this area here too, right? In a lower time frame, you'll see that. We also have, look at where the body of this candle opened, right? So this just means like we have a weekly opening gap here from here to here. So there's a couple things here too. Price could come, right, disrespect all of this and then trade in here before going lower. We'll watch this right now, so we just know where we're at. We're inside of a BPR, a weekly BPR, which is fair value gap over a fair value gap overlap. This looks to me, and let me know what you guys think, but this looks to me like a valid breaker to the up to that we could use, right? And right now we're trading inside of it. Consequent encroachment of that body of that breaker into this weekly fair value gap. Let's take a look on the daily real quick. And I don't know where we want to go actually. If you have a bias, let me know. Let me know where and why. I'm just trying to consider all these things right now. So we have this fair value gap. We traded, and look at this consequent encroachment of that. Oop, we're going higher. This move to me is rebalanced, right? We've already rebalanced that from here to here. Even from here to here, we've rebalanced at this point. And ooh, okay, this is interesting. That rebalance is happening right at midpoint of this, 50% of that. 50% of that move is also where we have a fair value gap. So this is an interesting place to see price moving. Oh, sorry. This is our breaker here. Unicorn. Yeah, there we go. Right here. So I don't know. There's a bunch of we are literally in a very interesting place. We're in a weekly fair value gap right here. This is our BPR. Weekly BPR. Let's just call it that. It's also with fair value gap. Weekly BPR or IFEG, which is just an inverted fair value gap at this point, right? IFEG. So we're trading inside like the. All right, what is happening here? Hold on, y'all. Like, error. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streams. Can you see my stream? Please let me know. If I because OBS shut down on me and while I was trying to get this going, but it now it's giving me an error. So please let me know if you can see my screen. If everything is good, would you please just let me know? Oh man, now I can't get this back. All right. Okay. Give me some Hamza. If you can see my screen. This is Hamza, by the way. It's a little hand with an eye inside of it. Dude, what is going on? You just closed. Yeah, I did. What is all of this? Guys, okay, I'm sorry. All right, so here is what I think is going to happen. I have a feeling OBS is about to just like quit on me. So before it does that, let's just give me a second. All right, give me just 1 second. I'm gonna try to leave this as is, but just give me 1 second. All right, that should be good. I should be back. Let me know if everything looks good. All right, it says it's excellent. It says it's excellent. So connection should be good. The stream should be fine at this point. Let's just if that's the case, once I see it playing again, once we're live again, I'm gonna keep going. There's probably a delay, but yes, let's go. All right, we're good. Let's keep let's keep on chugging along, shall we? Oh, what the heck? Sorry, guys. Clearly, I'm a sort of a rookie here, but with OBS and stuff. Anyways, let's see what. So we've established. So these lines, these orange lines, these would be the body of our weekly breaker, right? Overlapping with a BPR, and which is also an inverted fair value gap on a weekly right? So this is, and look at this, right? This is what's interesting. If we take a look at that, look at how much price was just reacting to that, right? You can see price is reacting to it here, like all of this, all of this, all of this, all of this. We move into what? Consequent encroachment of, oh, you can't see that. Consequent encroachment of the breaker, the body of the breaker. We move back up, right? Above. there was, I think, I think there was there was a very important opening gap here that this traded into, and I think it was a daily. Yeah, it did right there. So we have 3 daily opening gaps here, right? So these sort of serve as an area where price was just accumulating, bouncing around. In this was last week. Price traded above into that opening gap, like right into it, and then dumped. I'm just curious to see. Yeah, you can see how that even that openly right at the body of that breaker. This is insane. Okay, so we have this opening gap, like literally right at the body of that breaker. So keep that in mind, right? This is going to be important because now we know that even it, like this is look at how this area just kind of held. Yeah, this is interesting. Okay. So all of this we're ranging into, all of this is just ranging inside that bottom half of the of that breaker body. We just broke above. So yeah, no, like honestly at this point we watch, right? Now, on a higher time frame, this could be one of those things that like, okay, yeah, we move into this. What was this? This was a fair value gap, right? Yep, fair value gap. This is a high time frame fair value gap. We traded into it, created an opening gap, go higher. Right, so this move technically it's rebalanced. OTE, right? This is if we're just looking for a sort of pullback to go lower, we are in OTE territory, right? From here to here, all of that. I don't know today. I honestly, the only way I think today, the only way that I'm leaning a little bit bearish as it stands right now. The only way that I would want to see us go higher, right, is if we can break above that right there. Okay, let me get rid of this. If we can break above that, right? And I don't know that I mean, it could happen today, right? We could just continue higher and higher and higher. Once we come up here, we have this huge fair value gap. Also, another unicorn, right? I think from here over, we'll see that if on a lower time frame, we have big fair value gap, and then a breaker there. So yeah, at least at this point, just watching price, right? Just watching price. I want to see us like this model here, right? This model is pretty much complete right here. This one. Actually, let's measure that for a sec. Gotta measure it around here. So this one this is one of those models that I'm like, all right, you clearly like, for me this was there was no sweep. I guess this was a sweep, but I was really looking at this fair value gap. I was like, all right, if we can we trade into this, right? Create a model to go higher, and I think we did right here. So we look, let's just say none of this happened right here. Right, traded into that fair value gap, created this. Once we displaced higher above this, then I was like, oh, this could be one right here. right? But obviously we came lower. We didn't take out any of these lows here, right? So are we gonna save these for another time? It's starting to look like it. It's starting to look like it for sure. Let me get rid of a bunch of this stuff now. So we know this is a little uni. Get rid of that. Let's get rid of the opening gaps for a minute. So now here's what we have. Let me know, and please let me know what your bias is today, because I'd be super interested. So now if let's we know that a market maker model, right, moves right with a manipulation move inside of a high time frame POI. We have up, down, up, oh, nope, nope, nope. What are you doing, bro? All right, we go high, low, high, low, high. This is technically this is what I was looking for, but clearly we didn't. So low, high. Now, do we want to, like, if we do this, that's what I'm looking for, right? A high time frame market maker model. But right now, what are we looking? So this would be. So we know that this would be a manipulation, something like that. Takes us back to that fair value gap if that happens, right? We're not sure yet. Nothing's really there. We could move higher at this point. How do we move higher? I don't know. This, I feel like this was a bunch of just chopping around here, right? All of this. We didn't have a sort of a clear direction of where we wanted to go. So I don't think that I would count this into much of any kind of manipulation. It was just we've had we've had so much downside at this point. We're not undecided, undecided. This consequent encroachment of that breaker was holding really, really well. So so I'm looking for, and I'm just gonna wait. Like I'm just waiting. Can I see a market maker model to the downside at this point? Right. And if that presents itself, do I trade it? YM's going higher. Okay, so this has been swept on ES and NQ. This has been swept on ES and NQ and YM. So there's no at this point we don't have, let's see this. Oh, we have a big SMT between YM and NQ here. All right, let's watch. Let's just keep watching price. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second, you guys. We'll watch this for a minute. There's our three assets. There's YM, ES, and NQ. So we'll keep an eye on it. Looking for a market maker model. It's gonna take a minute, but see where it goes. All right, let's see. We had a 930 open. Nice big push to the upside. Ooh, YM is pushing down. ES is pushing down. All right. Interesting. Interesting. What do we think? Honestly, do I want to see it continue? Absolutely. I do. I really do. I want to see this continue to the upside. Um, I don't know. I do not know, said Sam I am. If this is, let's just say this is our manipulation to the upside. It could happen. I mean, we get this move to the upside, right? But honestly, I don't know. I'm bearish right now, and it's not because we've been running up, right? Like, I think because we've had this crazy just sort of sell off, and the trigger was back here, all of that, right? It was just like done. It was like finished. Remember, oh Lord. Okay, what is this? Here we go. Remember that we talked about, possibly moving back and rebalancing this whole move, you know, to this fair value gap. I think that would be enough to get us higher. Definitely looking for something like that, right? We had sort of a similar, where was it? Was it quarterly? Hmm. Yeah, I mean, at this point, just we've also left this gap untouched. I mean, we tapped into it to go lower, but at like even this gap was untouched, right? And then we went lower, so we created one, trading down. I, I don't know. I'm pretty bearish today. See if we can get some more confirmation to go lower. I think we'll come. Yeah, just watching price. All right, this could be a change of state of delivery here to the downside. There it is. Boom. Yep. This could be where left that one. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this could be something that we're looking for. Oops. It's happening inside of our value gap. And yeah, we're moving lower. Now here's let's see how it reacts to our little unicorn here. Boom. Okay. Changing the state of delivery here. Okay, so I'll watch price here. We're coming up. This is the 950 macro. Some macro open, macro close. We move back. If we move back into, let's just start. I think I would like to go short here. Can I get a short here? Okay. Okay. I would give this a try. I would like to see. I would like to see YM take this, get an SMT. If ES and NQ do not, or even if we get an SMT on ES between NQ and ES, that would be something I'd be looking for. If ES moves into the fair value gap here, probably. So ES has just moved into this fair value gap here. Yeah, so ES just moved into this fair value gap. NQ has not. YM has already moved into that sort of 50%, into 50% of that move. If our unicorn holds, then we get stopped out. But on ES, we could trade back into this fair value gap here. There's also BPR. If we do that, we got a BPR here. And at this point, I'd expect just price to just dump. Oh, are we gonna get? Watch if we get. Here's what I'm gonna do. If we get, let's see some SMTs here. I want to see SMTs here on ES and NQ. All right, it's watching at this point. Can we get an SMT up in her? Come on, ES, just give us an SMT, man. I don't think ES is gonna give us an SMT. I think this was our this could be just our pullback. Well, here we go. Are we gonna SMT right here? Are we gonna SMT? Yeah, we'll see. Mm. I want to see us break through here. If this is a what do you call it? An inducement here, it'll come back up and just like take that. So whatever. Whatever. All right. So we are in a macro. I'm just gonna give this a shot to the downside at this point. Like, if I'm gonna get stopped down, like, just stop me out here, but so we're trading into this BPR here. If we trade above this BPR, then I'm out. There's no need for me to be in here. I saw this structure shift. Now this is a 45-second or a minute, whatever you want to call it. So it's one of those things where, like, just be careful, right? This would be our low time frame sort of confirmation here. This one, it's just, so here's the structure for this. Market structure shift. Now we're here. I expect us, if we can break through this, that would be awesome. Yeah, break this. Yeah, I mean, if this is our manipulation move here, then I'm expecting us to at least take this right here, right? So I would take this out. And they see that's not the full move down either. Okay, let's look at price real quick. We have this right here and this. Just remember this is the that's the weekly fair value gap there that we're trading in. So Yeah, just watching. I mean, if ES can take this, all right, interesting. The NQ wants to sort of hold, go while the rest are going lower. So we'll see. We'll see. If that's the case, like at this point, I don't know. If at this point I can see NQ taking this high, ES not taking this high. Cause look, yeah. I mean, this would just need to displace low at this point. We're still in that macro, but I'm not seeing much. Like YM already displaced low. Let's see, where are we at with YM? So YM, this is YM basically would take us down to right here. 1.5 standard deviations, or between 2 and 2.5, which is I think this would be a breaker. But just watching price right now, I think we could have a reversal here to go lower, not necessarily all the way down low, right? But yeah, at this point, if ES or if ES and NQ don't displace lower, I have a feeling we could get stopped out here. There, ES is taking that. ES just needs to like just drop. Now we're just looking at price without any of the like drawings or anything. Just want to see what we oh, there's where we're at right now. Oh, I'll just show this here. I will just show this right here. Okay, that's our position right now on MNQ. I will probably At this point, I don't want to see this come up above this high right here. Honestly, I don't even want to see it come above this high. ES could trade back into this inefficiency right here, this fair value gap. Yeah, I have a feeling we're going to get stopped. NQ could make those SMTs at this point. If that is the case, if that's the case, then if we make SMTs, I'm okay with getting stopped out here. Yeah. So if we get stopped out here, right, we make SMTs on the highs here. That gives me a better reason to go lower. So will NQ sort of trade up here? ES. We just left the macro. Oops. Oh wait, let me just let me get this here and let me just boom. There. So we traded into consequent encroachment of this. I do think this is still a valid like this is still a valid model for me. Even if we don't break those highs. Like ES just traded into that inefficiency pretty quick actually. I was expecting it to just take a while because ES usually doesn't move so fast. I was really thinking this would. Hold on, let's see. Boom. There's that's what we want to see, you know. So ES traded into this inefficiency, right? Right here. Where I don't see anywhere else that ES could have traded into. This was sort of our last push to go higher. If we broke that, right, use that as support, then we go a little higher. Where could we go? Honestly, we already tested this breaker, right? Tested this breaker too. Like there was nothing for me to see. You know, I was like, okay, maybe we could see higher from here. Like, so the reason I got back in, honestly, was ES traded into an inefficiency. We had small time frame SMT here. And we had this SMT from here to here. That was a bearish SMT. All right. Inefficiency. That in a high time frame POI. Now I want to see us just get lower. Like if we can get low below these two, the unicorn and this, then that to me feels like a great place that, okay, yeah, we're gonna run lower here. Let's look at where our Asia session is at right now. Where are we with Asia? Asia high, yeah, right here. So I'll take partials here and then let my runners run. When I take partials, I break even. I'll break even at that point, and then the runners will just, I'll let them do its thing. Honestly, the runners at this point, like, I would be okay with just letting them run all day if I get stopped out. Like, I'm not gonna force it to be like, oh yeah, this is what I need from these runners. Like, I don't need to do that. I'm just gonna take where I see the ability and reason to take profit, right? And the low hanging fruit is right here. So I'll take this, and there's our first oh bro, what happened? All right, no, it's yeah, we're good. So then now I move my stop right up right in front of that. So there's no risk here anymore. Like, there's no risk involved at this point. And honestly, if we look at the higher time frame, I would take yeah, I mean, at this point there's no reason for us to go. If we break this, okay, now let's take a look at this. Let's let me boom, let me get rid of all of that. Get rid of this. Okay, let me put it full screen for a second. What's going on? What's going on? Thanks for being here, man. Even if you were here for just a second, I appreciate all the support. All right, so this right here, right? We like market maker model 2. I'm gonna honestly, there's no reason for me to take anything lower than here. Right? So, oh, here's the we just took more than half of our position off the table at this point. Um there's no reason for me to take anything else right now. I have 2 runners at this point, and we're gonna let those runners just literally just go. The point of the run, like, here's what, okay, let me just give you guys what I saw, and I'm gonna give it to you on NQ because you can see this chart is all like marked up. So let's go to NQ so you can see it's the same thing. So here we go. we have let me get rid of everything here. We just broke below Asia's highs, right? So we could find some support right inside of this, right? So we just broke this fair value gap here on a higher time frame. This would be a fair value gap. So now we're inverting, right? We've inverted one. We've inverted our unicorn here. So if we look at a higher sort of a intermediate time frame, we have this breaker, right? This becomes our unicorn. Boom. So we invert this unicorn at this point, right? Look at how well we're respecting all of this. This respect, right? Respect broke underneath. Now if we do trade above this, this is why if we trade above this, then I don't need to be in this trade, right? This is why we took partials here, right? We would like to see it come down here. Ultimately, we would like to see it come down here, but there's no need right now. Low hanging fruit is right here, this low, this structural low here, and this low here, right? But if we break this low, I have a feeling this would be just a liquidity run of these two right into this PDRA, which is this fair value gap here. All right, so all right, so now here's what I saw. I saw us just run up, right? Create a structure low. If we look here, this right here. This would have been what I want to see here, right? Into this low. We took partials right here. Like we took our first partials because we went from here to here. Partials. Now I'm looking for us to honestly like see, this is where I'm like, okay, we have our standard deviation is taking us to this low here, right? So this means it could just sweep this low and continue higher, right? For our sort of big large time frame manipulation move. But if we look at this could be technically our manipulation. If we break below this, right? If this is our manipulation move to the downside, this full thing, where do we go? We take this low and we go into this would be a high time frame. I believe this was a weekly. This was a weekly fair value gap, I think. Let's take a look. Inverted, yep. Weekly inverted fair value gap. That's where it takes us, right? It takes us to even to this fair value gap here. Fair value gaps, I think the one that it'll take us to is to at least this fair value gap here, this inversion, right? I would be maybe even this one right here. We have a volume imbalance here. Boom, that. Look at -1.5 and -2.5 deviations. Boom, look at that, guys. Like, okay, look how perfect standard deviation just works with that. So because of this, I would be okay leaving those runners just going, right? Like, so that is my narrative for this trade, all right? If we don't break below this here, right? If we don't break below this, then I don't know that I'm looking to take this low, right? But the minute we break below it, this is where I would feel more comfortable, right? Creating a large fair value gap down here, taking my position out right here. Because as soon as we take that, right, we'll get a retracement to this large time frame market maker model to the downside, right, inside a high time frame POI to go lower. I will say I did sort of enter early, and my goal was like, okay, yeah, we can participate in this market here, right? We participated in here, I think right here, to go lower. You never know when these right here, when these Judas swings are just gonna become, you know, just give you breakaway gaps into whatever you want, like your target. So look at this. Now we are respecting that, which is our inverted unicorn, right? Inverted, basically just an inverted breaker in a fair value gap. So that's what I'm looking at, right? Like that's what I'm paying attention to right now. And that's why I sort of played this in. So we had this big Judas swing, right? Came in down here, broke structure. Then I was looking for an entry here, right? I saw a couple of inefficiencies here. I think, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. So I was aware of this one up here, this BPR, right? I was aware of that BPR. And I think, I don't know where my executions are at, but we got in. Where was it? I think it was this fair value gap. No. Guys, I don't remember where we got in. But anyways, we got stopped out twice, right? I think we got stopped out once, twice. Then when I saw this, right, we got back in because it was like my risk is so low at that point. I would be okay getting stopped out because then we're not ready. Like this would be a failed market maker model to the downside, and I wasn't expecting it to fail at this point because we are in a couple of things, right? Like let's just and this is something because I've learned this and I started using this, it's always been something that I look at. So we got sort of a, let's just call it your trend line, right? And but the trend line is just an outcome of what price is doing, right? So we're catching it beforehand. So we were on top of this, sort of quote unquote trend to the downside. And if this was gonna break, it would be right now. Like this would be a good place for this to just break, right? But I'm expecting lower prices at this point, right into this inverted weekly right here, right? Because we don't have a weekly right now on, yeah, there's nothing on the weekly that tells me, hey, this is where we want to go, right? Even on the monthly, we have this tiny fair value gap here, and that's it. So that's what we have on the monthly, right? So I'm inverting this weekly fair value gap. We could technically invert this here. So this inversion would be from here to here. That's an inverted. Let me get rid of that. So you understand this, right? Like you understand what I'm sort of looking at and being like, I don't think so. All right. So this is a weekly fair value gap that we traded into, right? An inverted fair value gap. This is a first one. And that's what I'm saying. Like if we break below, like we don't have to, but if we do break below this, then this is sort of another larger intermediate time frame getting created inside of a high time frame POI, an inverted high time frame POI. Right? So yeah, just keeping that in mind. Like right here, I think we had, yeah, 1.5 standard deviations, took us lower from this manipulation move. This is sort of a clear manipulation that we had, right? These other ones, not so much. Then we had another one here. Again, 1.5. So everything's taking us down to where we expected price to go, right? Now what? Now if this is another manipulation move to the downside, like from here to here, right? We could like this. Everything is telling us that hey, this is a great place of a great area we might want to trade into. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. That to me gives me more confirmation that hey, you know what? Like we're going higher. Like we want to go higher. So I hope that makes sense. Let's see where we're at. Do we confirm this move or not? Is this something that are we gonna trade back above? Look, right now we're trading above that inverted um breaker, or that breaker right there. We don't need this here. Let me show you what I'm talking about when it comes to this breaker. So we have a high time frame. No, where is it? No, I guess this is just a breaker at this point, right? Don't really have a fair value gap there. mean, we are inside of this fair value gap. So the overlap is right here. This fair value gap is also reacting a lot to price right now. So this is an inverted. So yeah, let's see if we can hold this. If we don't, then whatever. You know, we already took our partials. And I think when you take partials at this point, like we took partials here. Yeah, we could have gotten this, but took partials there. Let's see if we break. If we break, we still come in on the other side of profit at this point, right? Like maybe 20 bucks or something, but yeah, there we go. I would say that's still a pretty good trade, right? And now let's go back because there could be something else here, right? We could see if we see some sort of SMT at this point, right? So if ES, let's just let me get rid of this. This is our little unicorn. We'll get rid of that too. Let's see. Where can we? So YM can trade into this. Doesn't have to, but it can, right? Okay. Honestly, I don't think I think that's it for me. Mhm. We'll if anything I'll probably come back on a later time and see if we have anything else, but I don't know. Big rejection down here to the downside on oh that was on the this is on the 3-minute. I'll probably, let's see. I'll probably give it a stab here. Into this fair value gap. And see, can we trade anywhere? Yeah, we can trade into this BPR here on ES. So actually, no. Unless we trade into this BPR. We traded into this, not here. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I think if we can trade into that BPR, that would be sick. Which is honestly, if ES can trade into that and YM trades into this, if YM trades into this, guys, I'll be, yeah, I think I'm done here at this point. Like we already took our trades. We had 2 losses, 1 winner. Technically that winner, like we took partials. We took more than half of our position off, and then we moved our stop loss to make some profit, sort of break even, but just above to make something. So if it goes against us, we made something. It did, unfortunately, we went against us. We saw this big inefficiency, right? This fair value gap, traded back in. At that point, I was okay with getting out. Yeah. So right now I'm just looking like, what else can we trade into, right? Right now, looks like we could trade into that right there. Okay, we've already traded into that. Boom. Okay, so now what? I was like, all right, maybe we can trade into this to go lower. We're right here right now. I want ES. I want ES to come up here and trade back into this BPR right there. Right, so if we look at ES, we have this BPR right there. If we can trade into that, maybe maybe we'll get an SMT, right? A high time frame SMT where we get something like that, right? ES, maybe ES just doesn't take it, right? And then that gives me more confirmation to go lower too. Because we just had our manipulation, then we'll have a manipulation of a manipulation, sort of, if that makes sense. Or if we trade, again, I'm just watching ES, YM. If we can trade into this, YM could ultimately trade into here, right? So if we do want to get an SMT, maybe we trade up here right into, yeah, no, right here. YM just like rips to the upside or something. I don't know. We'll see. You just have to watch. I do want to see. We have this here. We'll watch price at this point, guys. Here we go. Here we go. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do nothing. Yeah, if ES trades into that, that would be awesome. What I don't want to see this go is above any of that stuff there. So, but honestly, I would rather get stopped out much sooner. If that is the case, Yeah, I'd rather get stuff out sooner. Oh, here we have another. This is okay. This is interesting. So we have a BP. We have a sort of a unicorn, right? With the BPR, meaning two fair value gaps, holding this price. This is actually this is. I would be, yeah. Once yeah, if ES trades into this, we'll get in, and I think I'll be good with that. So I'll be right back. We'll watch price. We'll leave this order as is. All right. So we did not get filled. That is fine. That is totally fine. I am still expecting price to come up here. We got a small SMT here, small bearish SMT between YM and QNES, but I do think we're gonna draw a little bit higher here. We got inversion for value gap here that was created. Let's see. I mean, this could just dump, right? It could just be dumping here, but I'd like to see. I mean, technically we already traded into that, so yeah. I mean, no, I don't know. Let's look at this here. Do we trade into that instead? Right? Do we trade into that? Yeah, just watching price. Just watching price at this point. Let me know if you caught any of these moves to the downside. I think I'm willing to. Yeah, I'm okay with playing this here. No, just sitting here, guys. We're not doing anything. We're not doing. Oh my gosh, it's so loud in here. I'm gonna like mute myself for a second until I have to speak. All right, so there's that run. We ran this liquidity right here. Okay. I mean, let's see. Let's look at the higher time frame because I want to be able. I want to see again. I think the draw is lower. I do. I think the draw is lower. Um, mm. All right, we're coming up on a macro, last macro that I want to see play out. And then after this macro, I think we're done, guys. Like I really do think we're done. I'm not gonna trade anything else. I don't need to. After this macro, we are done. We are done, Zos. Oh shoot. Okay, so we've got a 6 minute. Okay, nothing there. We got a 3 minute, and we got a 6 minute. All right. Let's see. Honestly, I do think we could go lower. So I'm just gonna hop into this one right here, babies. Just gonna hop in. If we're not trading back up here, then I don't think we'll trade back up there for a minute. You know what I mean? At this point, we are in a macro. It's still like undecisive, but if we're gonna do anything, it'll just take us lower, right? If this is all gonna be breakaway stuff, right? There's no reason. Let's see. Is there a reason for price to go? Nope. We've already traded that. Already traded that. Maybe into this right here. Maybe right here, but even then, like, we've already sort of tapped into it. Unless we want to tap into it again before continuing lower, right? Sort of an inducement there before going lower. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? Guys, like, we'll see. We'll see. If we honestly, like, I'd still be up for getting in here. Right, even if we get stopped out. Like, there's nothing here for me. There's nothing here. What do we three? There's a 3 minute. See, this is a 3 minute. We'll probably tap into this before moving lower. We also have this inversion here, so I would like to see us come into that. Go lower. If we do that, probably go in with another bit, and that'll be it. That'll be it. Let me know if you took any of this short here. I think on a higher time frame we still have on a higher time frame I think we still have like, this is still valid to the downside, right? Or we just, like, literally just run through all of these, right? We're like, run through all of this, give us an SMT, and then go lower, which could happen. Could happen. Let me know if you took any of this today. Here's our 3 minute. We're tapping into that. If this holds, then we're looking for some more downside. If it doesn't hold, then we could be looking for a bigger time frame SMT. We're also in almost halfway through our macro. I mean, it's holding, guys. This thing is holding, it's holding good. Anything here? There's nothing here. Nothing here. I'm literally just going down through all these time frames to see if I find anything. There's that there. Let me get rid of that. There's that there. I'm just sitting here just looking for reasons that price could go higher, right? And reasons why it could not go higher. We have this breaker. Oh, here we go. This is a good one here. So if we get this body here. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons why if price breaks this, then I'm okay getting out, right? Because it'll literally just go higher. We've got this unicorn, right? If we're just counting the body, we've got this unicorn, right? So a 1 minute unicorn model holding price. Look at this. Held, broke below, held. Now it's holding. So this is probably a good place for me to, if we break, then I'm okay with that. Yeah, I would be okay with that. Technically, it's this right here, this full thing. Let me get rid of all of this because this is the one that I would feel more comfortable with, right? It's a sort of a breaker overlapping with a fair value gap. The fair value gap is right here. If we're going to break that, we're going to break that now. All right, what have we done here? Have we done anything here? No, see, this is where ES could still trade here, right? ES could still trade here, so always be aware of that. Knowing that there is a possibility it could get stopped here, right? Could get stopped. Is this a sort of let's jump into a 15-second for a minute. Oh, no pun intended. If we break this, it takes us down to this fair value gap. This fair value gap fails to break, then we break below, right? Let's see, now we're just waiting. Can we break this little area right here? Can we displace below this? Come back up, trade down into this fair value gap. There's a displacement there. Displacement, and at this point, I would be okay. I would be okay. Yeah, I would be okay if we get stopped out. But before we do, I'd like to see us. Yeah, see, we're trading into an inefficiency here. If we are wanting to go back up here, then we'll do that. But yeah, we're still trading in an inefficiency here. Right here, this if once we get here, I'll be looking for price to do something else. But right now, I'm still looking for some more downside here into at least this sort of area. Got equal lows here. Got a fair value gap. This is a good place for me to look for price to dive into. It's also at -1.5 standard deviations from here. Right now, our goal is to catch some of this on the way down. Like it could always move back up, right? And before moving higher, like we could always move back up into this. But I think if we can, our goal is to just try to get in, participate in the market on its way to its destination. And right now, the destination seems to be right here, right? The first initial destination. We could take these lows and into this fair value gap, but I'm always looking for like what's the most obvious, right? And before we go here, take these lows into this fair value gap, we have to take this into this fair value gap, right? So yeah, that's how I'm looking at this right now. Macro, we got 5 minutes till macro is done. 5 minutes until macro is over. Respecting this this breaker and fair value gap. Unicorn. Here we have another one. Look, they're overlapping. So it's literally two unicorn models overlapping. Yeah, I'd be okay with honestly, I'd be okay with even scaling into another position here to go lower, right? My scaling would have to be like, let's see, yeah. It would have to be pretty tight here. Yeah, if I'm gonna scale, like I'm gonna have a tight stop loss. But here we go. It doesn't look like we. Let's see, where can we trade into? Where can we trade into? There's a bunch of inefficiencies right here. Probably trade into the bottom of that for now. Put my stop loss here. I'm gonna get stopped out. It'll be all at once. Right above there. I don't want to see price go above that anymore. Like I don't want to see price come in here, right? Dang, price is doing exactly what we don't want to see it do. Let's see. Continue to watch. Let me know if you guys can hear. So there's like a bunch of noise going on. If you can hear that, please let me know. If not, that's awesome. If we get stopped out on this one, I think we're done. Oh, right. Here's current position, which you can see it here. I mean, if you really want me to have this up, I can, but you can see that position right there. Let me know. Let me know if you want me to keep this or not. What do I want to see? I want to see us take this slow. Like that's what I want to see. Can we take this slow here? If we can take this slow, um, before moving higher or anything, that's what I want to see. The price is holding. Price is holding good right now. Like there's no. Yeah, price is holding pretty good. Oops. Here we go. I'm gonna take this off the screen. I don't think we need to see this now. I think everything is there, right? So unless you want to see that, let me know. But yeah, so this is how I'm looking at it, right? We have price can definitely move into here for ES. We do have a unicorn holding this. Oh, we have two. Okay. Okay. All right. Hold on. Maybe yeah, you guys, I might get out of this here soon, actually. So we have a unicorn, or sorry, a big SMT, a bullish SMT on ES. Yeah, this is not looking good. So I'm actually gonna exit this soon. Once we get into profit, if we get into profit, like I'm not trying to. Yeah, it looks like it's wanting to. This is a big SMT here, like pretty big SMT. Not gonna lie. We look at it. No drawings, right? You see from here, which is this low here. We're about, yeah, we got stopped out from here. Look at that. To here. And from here to here, SMT, two SMTs, bullish SMTs at this point. I'll be looking to play this. Honestly, I would probably be looking to play this long. Like, I don't think there's any reason for me to be here. Um, it's 11. So yeah, I'm not seeing much of a reason for me to continue holding this right now. Yeah, we had a big SMT. So I didn't see ES sweeping that at all. And then after that, we got that swept. After we got that sweep, right? We had an SMT break of structure. Now we could be looking for these highs here, right? For all of this liquidity to get ran through. And so let's see. We'll see what we get, you know? All right. I think that's about it, you guys. Like I think we're done for the day. I'm not looking for much of anything else at this point. Just watching price. I'll be back. I'll be back later for the afternoon session. My goal is to just catch one or two and then book it. So that's it for today. Thanks for joining. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll be, let's see. Yeah, I'll be around for a little bit, but got other stuff I've got to get done. This is something that I just thought, you know what, let's just do it. So that's what we're doing now. Anyways, thanks for joining. Let me know if you caught any of these trades, man. Like that's awesome. If you just sat, that's awesome. Like I'm still trying to be a little bit more patient with this, with how I approach the market. There's some people out there that are so patient, and I just like I look at that, I'm like, man, that's such an awesome trait to have. I'm working on it, trying to get there, you know. So, anyways, thanks for hanging, thanks for hopping on, and I'll talk to you guys later.